Hello, hello. It's Julie Davison from juliedavison.com. Welcome to Thursday night stamp therapy. I'm so excited you're joining me tonight. I have to say, it might be a little shorter tonight than normal. I do have a lot of cards to share. Tonight I'm going to show you some cards featuring the annual catalog designer paper that's included in the designer paper sale for October. So I have quite a few cards to share. I'm going to be making 2 cards tonight. One of them is the Stamp Along With Me card. So in case you missed my post, and I'm sorry that it was so last minute, here are the supplies that you'll need. It's also in the video description. If you're tuning in live, you can find it there, or if you're watching the replay, you can find it there as well. Let me know, are you ready to stamp along with me tonight? The reason I was so last minute in posting the list is because I've been away this week. My husband and I celebrated our 20th wedding anniversary yesterday, and we took a little getaway, just the 2 of us. And so we left on Tuesday, and we just got back this afternoon. So I have to tell you, it was really nice to leave the kids and the dogs and work behind and just focus on us for a couple days. And so that's why you didn't get a supply list any earlier, because honestly, I just wasn't even thinking about it. I was just enjoying time off and time away. So thank you for understanding, but I do have a list, and if you want to prepare some supplies, you can stamp along with me tonight. If you just want to watch, you can stamp along on the replay. Hi, everybody. Oh, I'm so glad that you're here with me tonight. Thank you all for the anniversary wishes too. I can't believe it's been 20 years. It's gone so fast. Well, like I said, I've got lots of cards to share with you. I'm going to share some swaps using designer paper from the annual catalog. Last week, during Thursday night stamp therapy, I shared like over 50 cards using designer paper from the holiday catalog, the August through December catalog, the mini catalog. So we shared a bunch of samples using those papers. Tonight, I'm going to share some swap cards using the other paper from the annual catalog. And I'll be making some cards using stamp sets. One of these stamp sets I haven't even inked up yet. So I've kind of got the card planned out. Hopefully it'll turn out like it is in my head, using some designer paper to show you that. And then another stamp set that I just haven't used very much at all. So, hi everybody. Oh my goodness, Carol. Carol says she's a demonstrator from St. Joseph, Michigan. Carol, that is where I got married. It's true. My husband proposed at Tuscarnia Park after sunset on October 15th, 1999, and we got married at St. Joseph Catholic Church downtown in St. Joseph, Michigan the next year, October 7th, 2020. My parents used to live there, and so that is why we got married up there. They've since moved across the state, and Jim and I settled down here in Illinois. So though we do make it an annual trip with the kids love going to the beach and seeing the lighthouse. So that's so funny, Carol, that you're posting and you're watching tonight, because I just love those little small world connections. All right, let's get started. Like I said, I'm going to show you some swap cards. If you haven't already, cut your supplies. Maybe you can cut while you're watching the rest of the video tonight. And this list is in the video description. So I'm going to move it over here, but you can get it back out. So let's just jump right in. I don't know the names. I better post it back out. One of the first ones I'm going to show you is the In Good Taste designer paper. This is a 12 by 12 designer paper. However, it's like a jumbo pack because there are 12 double-sided designs, and that is more than usual for a 12 by 12 pack. So this is called In Good Taste, and all these papers have like textile and wood and tile. So very, very, very texture heavy, and one side, as you can tell, is very like photorealistic. So we have lots of patterns like the tile and the brick and the and the wood, and then the textile. This is something that's kind of new and different. And then the other side is more of the same. So all together we have 24 different patterns in this 12 by 12 paper pack. This is one that is on sale in October. So there's some select designer papers. You can save 15% in October, and you can do that in my online store at juliedavison.com/shop. Would you like to see some cards made using the In Good Taste paper? I have just a few. This first one is one that I made using that tile paper. I find it challenging personally to use realistic paper, like photorealistic paper, with images that are cutesy or whimsical, or, you know, like not real life photorealistic kind of images. So I found that just doing it simple with a sentiment was really a perfect way to use that tile. Here's a swap card. I've got to open this up and show you. This one is by Natalie Travis, and she has used some of the wood grain, and I forget the name of this stamp set with the leaves, but oh my gosh, this is perfect. This is a nice stamp set, again, because it has more of that realistic look to it. The wood grains I think I find a little easier to use with other stamps, but I love this fun fold, and this is just sort of like different sizes, just like a zigzag fold. I'll have to show you that fold sometime. Natalie Travis made that one. This card is by my mama, Susan LaCroix, and she used the wood grain to create a frame for this stamp set. She actually combined two, a jar of flowers, and then the, oh golly, what is that stamp set called? I can picture it. I know, it's got a big always. So 3 stamp sets actually, because this one is from a different stamp set. Oh, my brain doesn't function tonight. Sorry, guys. This one's by Jenny Miller, and she incorporated the birds and branches stamp set and dies with the brick. That's kind of a fun combination. And then I love this little border, and inside there is the die cut bird. So here are just a few samples using this paper. Like I said, I feel sort of challenged by this paper. Have you guys gotten this one yet? I definitely want to play some more. I feel like there's some really fun graphic things that you can do. Like, I just had this idea all of a sudden. Let's make it happen. I feel like this stamp, like a really big one. Did I not use? Oh, I just used one of those. This one says, wishing you the happiest of birthdays. I feel like this would be really cool, just in black ink, like right on there. I wasn't planning it, but maybe we'll make, maybe we'll make a card really quick. First of all, let me get it straight. Hi, Margot. Hi, Bonnie. Margot stayed with my kids while we were gone, so thank you. 100 times thank you, Margot. Oh, I just inked myself. I go away for a couple days and like I lose all my all my memory of all the stamps and all the stuff. All right, let's see what this looks like. I'm kind of digging that texture. What do you think? Let's just cut this out and do some quick layering. I have a hard time with masculine cards sometimes, so I feel like something simple like this with a stamped sentiment on a really graphic designer paper like this makes it really easy to put something together. Oh, I should have left a little extra room. Nope. Tell me what you think about this font. Is this font okay for a masculine card? Or do you think that it's too swirly and girly? 3.5, so I'm going to go 3 1/4. Bum, bum, ba-dum. Is that gray granite, you think? Sahara sand? No. Smoky slate? Definitely gray granite. All right, what are you guys saying? Great texture ideas. Paper's awesome. Yes, yes, yes. Oh, the whiskey stamp set. Yes, Carla. I forgot about the whiskey stamp set because I don't have that one, but this paper is so perfect with that stamp set. And I think that one was just on sale, wasn't it? Isn't that part of the stamp sale we had last month? Like, just super simple. Think. Do you like that empty space or would you cut it? Tiana, I'm watching you. Maybe not. Maybe that wasn't so creepy. Oh, guys don't care. Do you know what? That's so true. Guys don't care. They wouldn't think anything of it, right? They would just be like, oh, cool card. I think I like it just a little smaller. I think it fits the card better. What do you think? Get off of here. It's your anniversary. You know what, Margie? I can't talk. Yesterday was my anniversary, and we went away on a trip. And now we're home. And so my husband is actually not even home right now. He is, he's out with Elise practicing, not softball, basketball. Yes, yesterday was the anniversary. We went to Galena and we had a lovely time. I'm giving it a little bit more room. So I got 4.5 by 4 1/4. This will still fit in a regular envelope though. Like it's, you know, it's just a little shorter than a normal card. Yeah, so yesterday we went away Tuesday through Thursday. We had a really nice getaway, just the two of us, and celebrated our anniversary. We rented electric bikes, and so we explored the bike paths and spent some time at the park and toured Grant's house. We had a really lovely day doing all kinds of things, just the two of us. So today we drove home, and now it is back to life. Back to life, back to work, back to normal. But it was a lovely couple days. It really was so nice to just relax and not think about anything. Not think about the kids, the dogs, work. And I didn't bring any of that with. I left it all at home. All right, so this is our card. I just kind of made it on the fly really quick. But I love the way this looks on the black paper, and you could do this one too. I feel like I could make a whole series of cards. I think this font maybe is a little more guy-ish. I'm just like looking, what else could I stamp on? I feel like there's so many of these patterns that you could stamp on, and it would just make such an easy, quick card. Like this one. Oh, I love that one. Okay, just one more, guys. I'm just going to stamp it on there. I won't put the card together because you'll get the idea, but I feel like this card is going to look, this stamp will look so good in a dark gray ink. Little basic gray. This is a great stamp set. Happiest of Birthdays. I got it, and this is the only one that I've used so far because happy birthday, happy a little bit late birthday, because I'm always running a little late. And so I thought, I'm definitely going to get a lot of use out of that stamp. And it's true. I have. Okay, so yes, I love this. And then like I feel like you could even add like a strip across with this. I won't finish this card because you get the idea. It'll look a bit similar to that, just different colors. But that's a really really easy way to make some fun cards is just to stamp these nice, big, chunky greetings on designer paper like this. All right. Carol, I live in Champaign, Illinois right now, so it was about 4 hours to get to Galena. Champaign is central Illinois, like an hour away from Indiana, and Galena, if you're not from Illinois, is like way up in the northwest corner, like just a few miles from Iowa, so it's way, 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 way up there. Add some twine at the bottom, maybe. I thought about twine. I wondered if that was just too much. Like, what would you do with it? I feel like the greeting is so, I don't know. I like it just clean and simple. You could, if I made it bigger, maybe I could tie some twine there, but I feel like it would just get too busy, this one anyway. Well, I'll have to finish the other one and share it with you later, so stay tuned for that one. Let's move on to another designer paper and show you some more cards. I have some cards using the Playful Pets designer paper. This is another one that's 12 by 12 in the annual catalog. I just cut it down to 6 by 6 so that I could show you the patterns. And as you can see, Playful Pets has Playful Pets. So we've got some papers that are dogs. And we've got some paper for the cats. And then the other side, I always call these the B sides, are black and white and red neutral patterns for cats and for dogs. So we've got the hearts and the fish and the paw prints, and then the stripes and the words and the scratch marks. Now all of these cats you can cut out by hand. I think there's one of them that coordinates with a die in the coordinating stamp set, which I actually don't have. And then I know for sure there's a die for this dog. And like I said, the other ones you can just hand cut out. So lots of different options. Do you guys have pets? We have 2 beagles at our house, and I don't know that there's any beagles on this paper, but they're just fun. Even if you don't have that specific dog, or your dog doesn't look like that, you can still make some fun cards. So here's some. These are all cards that I've made that really highlight and feature the designer paper. So this one I incorporated a thank you stamp. Both of those thank you stamps come from the 4-season floral stamp set. And just really great way to show off the paper is to have like little panels like this. So I think, let me double check with a ruler. I think these are 3 3/4 inches by 1.5 inch. Okay, so 3 3/4 by 1.5, and then you can get 3 of them on here. I just happen to have this one, same layout, different paper. We did this a while ago, maybe in July or August, sometime this summer. So that's a really great layout, a really easy layout to show off your designer paper. So if you need help using designer paper and having some ideas with different ways to use it, I think these are both really great cards for that. These strips are 1 inch by 5.5 inches, and then this one is 2.5 inches by 4 1/4. And then the last card is one that we made a couple weeks ago. We did a little easel card. This was our mystery stamping card, and we used again some designer paper there. And then this stamp set is Mini Mates. That's the one that we used for the sentiments. So such a fun paper. If you have pets, even if you don't have pets, I think this would be a great stamp set to a great pack of designer paper to make cards for your friends who do have pets, especially when there is like a pet loss, you know, to send it, to be able to have some paper that's appropriate to make a card that says sorry for your loss. I think that's a really great way to have some versatility in your collection without having a whole bundle, right? So the paper is one of the ones that are on sale, 15% off in October. That one is called Playful Pets. Okay, let's show you some more. This is all mixed up. Let's see here. Okay, another paper that's on sale is Forever Greenery. Forever Greenery. If you like green, this paper is for you because it has, I think, every shade of green in the catalog. And as you can see, leaves. So Forever Greenery has lots of different leaves. There's a really beautiful bundle called Forever Fern, I think, that goes with it. And like I said, you can see here all these different greens. So shaded spruce, garden green, soft sea foam, granny apple green, old olive, just jade, that's in there too. So lots of different greens, and lots of greenery with the leaves. So here's a card that I created. Love this template. I cut a label off the middle and then I cut another label to go in the center for the sentiment and added some of the Forever Gold laser cut fern pieces there. And then this card base and the ribbon is Just Jade, one of the new in colors. Such a pretty card. I'm obsessed. This one, I think, yeah, Betsy Kreider made this one. Such a great simple card. She really let the designer paper sing and do the work. And do you notice I'm holding up this paper to show you what pattern she used, and I just realized for the first time that Betsy customized the designer paper. Do you see it comes in white, and Betsy colored the designer paper in the background with Sahara sand. I'm not sure if she watercolored or used Stampin' Blends. It kind of looks watercolored to me. So I love that even more now that I see that she customized it like that. Can you see the color difference? Yeah, so pretty. Such a great card, Betsy. This one is by Kelly Atchison, and she did some simple panels here with the designer paper and then some die cuts from the birds and branches. Let me just give you a quick measurement on these strips. I love these little panels like this. So these panels are 1 1 1/8. Yeah, 1 1/8 inch by 4 inches there. So 1 1/8 inch by 4. And so she did, this was all one square, and then she cut it in. So like it looks like just a continuation of the image, right? It's like a puzzle when you put it back together. So I love the look of that. So many things you can do with this beautiful paper. Do you guys like this one? Forever Greenery. Is this on your list, or maybe you already have it? Deanna says, I would never think to shade the background like that. I know. I can't believe I didn't notice it. Well, I guess when I looked at the card before, I just wasn't paying attention to it being a different color, you know, until I held it up to the paper. But you could do any color in the background there. Like now I'm thinking of all the possibilities of how you could color in white backgrounds, and customize them to do all kinds of things. Ooh, my wheels are spinning now. All right, let's see. I've got some more cards featuring the Playful Patterns paper. Now this is a 6x6 designer paper. So this is one where you're going to get 12 different patterns, 12 different double-sided designs. And I find this color combination to be really interesting because I don't think I would have put these colors together on my own. Like the navy with the bright yellow. Maybe I don't have these set up just right because I feel like one side is predominantly the purple, blue, and yellow, and then the other side has the Calypso coral and more color to it. The watercolor dots, I think that would go this way. Okay, so lots of colors here, and then the other side has got the blue and navy and crushed curry and purple posy. That's the light purple. Isn't that an interesting color combination? Oh, Christina, I'm sorry that you're having trouble commenting. You just had a day, huh? Here are some card samples using this beautiful paper. This one's by Celine Kempton. And again, like 3 panels, that's a really great way to show off designer paper. So she's focusing on the purple and the blue, and this is a double flap card that I made. This is designer paper, and then this I stamped using the same colors as the designer paper, so it coordinates. So Purple Posy, Coastal Cabana, and Night of Navy. And then here's another card that I created. This is like the same template as the ones I shared for World Card Making Day. Did you guys see that video? I'll link it up in the description in case you missed it. So really great, easy layout for cutting 6x6 designer paper. We did 1.5 inch strips and then 3x3 squares to get 4 cards from 2 different designer paper patterns and efficiently cut our cardstock. So all of these cards using the playful or playing with patterns designer paper, and I thought I would make another card tonight using this designer paper. This is, I haven't really, feel like I haven't used a lot of this designer paper, even the stamp sets from the annual catalog, because the August to December mini catalog came out so soon afterwards that I feel like everything just kind of got shoved to the side. So I thought I would make a card today, and this is a stamp set I just got. Well, I say just got, but it probably came a month or 2 ago, and I haven't played with it yet. So I wanted to make a card using this one and some of the Playful Pattern designer paper. I love these colors. I think they're just so fun for like a little girl. Doesn't it just scream little girl? So I wanted to use, I think I'm going to use the hippo and make a cute little hippo card. Now, this stamp set, the bundle, has some different label dies. I love the versatility, and I love a good label die. So if you're looking at the dies just for the labels, I totally wouldn't blame you. I have a couple cards to show you that use this stamp set. So let me make this card first, and then I will share with you some additional cards. Now this is it's a 2-step stamp set. Actually 3 steps. So we have like a solid image, and then a detail image, and then a face. So I'm going to do the largest stamp in the lightest color. So that is the Blushing Bride. Oh, there's a hair on my stamp. Oh, don't you hate it when there's lint like that? But you know what? I die cut a backup. Let me, before I stamp my backup, because I haven't made this card yet, I want to see if I need to stamp off or if it's going to be okay. So I'm going to stamp the detail now over the top. These are photopolymer stamps, so I can see right through the stamp and line up my images really well. And then I'm going to use a black for the face. And you know what? Now that I stamp it, I think that my other image, I think it perfectly covered up the area that was kind of wonky. And then I have the sentiment. They're so cute in this one. This is a punny stamp set. So we have hip, 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 hippo, hooray, and hippo birthday. So I thought I would do hippo birthday and the lighter color pink. Now this stamp set does have die, so like I could die cut the hippo if I wanted to, and I almost think it's like too dark. I'm gonna just try something really quick. I'm gonna stamp off on the pink and then stamp it on here, and then stamp the detail in I'm going to stamp the detail in the Blushing Bride without stamping off, so I have the 2 shades there. Which way do you like it better? Do you like the Calypso Coral in the Blushing Bride, or the Blushing Bride and Blushing Bride? I honestly would not use, I don't think I would use Blushing Bride and Calypso Coral together if they weren't in the paper together. Did I just move this? Okay. You guys are saying the first one and the lighter one, and I did, or left one. Did I move this around? Let me come back up and see. So, okay, I think I don't know if my left and the right were the same one. So this, I'm going to call it the first one because that's the first one I stamped, and this is the second one that I stamped. This is first or second. So let me know which one you like, first or second. It does pop with the darker, like this pink. I think it really pops with that behind it. Darker one is first, lighter one is second, but we could switch this up, right? And do the lighter one back there. Now that makes a difference, doesn't it? That makes a big difference. Okay, let me see what you guys are saying. Okay. Okay, Kathy says first. Janice says the second seems more faded. I don't know if that's good or bad. Andrea likes the lighter one. Janice says the darker one. Nancy likes the first one. Christina likes the lighter one. Cheryl says Calypso Coral. Nancy says the darker one. Lynn says first. Sharon says first. Janice says first. Debbie says second. Kathy says first. Becky says first. Tony says first. Gloria says second. Karen is a first. Margot says first. Lisa says first. Kathy says first. Eve says first. Susan second. Bonnie first. Karen first. Patricia first. Janice first. Debbie says she's changing her mind to the darker one. Do one of each. That's a good idea, Karen. I do like switching it up and doing, I think for today, since you guys are saying you all like the darker one, let's go ahead and stick with the darker one. Now the second decision, do I do this across there and cut that? Or maybe just stamp the hippo hooray. I could just, or the hippo birthday, I could just stamp that right on the, oh, that's cute, isn't it? I was thinking I could just stamp the words right across the label. But I don't know. I like the banner. I think it makes it pop. I'll make a card with that one later. Let's go ahead and glue this one down. And then we're going to add some rhinestones because everything is better with sparkle, right? Purple Posy is this purple color that I'm using. It's so pretty, very light. This is the one they had some issues last year with the ink pad. And so this is the one and only Stampin' Up! Color where we have cardstock and markers and embellishments, but no ink pad. So if you have been looking for the ink pad, you won't find it. Not in the catalog, but we do have the markers. So if you ever want to stamp in Purple Posy, you can get a very similar look by using the markers directly on to the stamp. It's a good way to get that color without having the ink pad. All right, I am going to call that done. I did get out some ribbon. I wasn't sure. This is actually terracotta tile. It's part of the ornate garden ribbon or ornate something. But I think it might be too much to have ribbon on here. Definitely not too much for sparkles though. I just lost the little... Yay! So cute! Oh, I like the way that turned out. I do like that a lot. The one thing I did get out is that this is... I don't know if I should add those. This is a flower from the Hippo stamp set, and I thought I might put a couple down here. But now I'm worried about making it too busy. I think I'm going to leave it. I think because I got the rhinestones in there. Sometimes you just have to know when to stop. Don't you think so? Sometimes it's just too much. Let me show you some other samples using the Hippo Happiness Bundle. These are swap cards that I got from other demonstrators. They actually might all be birthday cards. This one is by Laura. Oh gosh, Laura. I don't know how to say her last name. Rothel? I'm sorry if I butchered it. I'm obsessed with these strips. Isn't that a cool technique? So it looks like Laura took a piece of cardstock and she glued all these strips on and then cut it diagonally and then just spaced them out a little bit. So you get those perfectly spaced colors. Just such a fun card using those butterflies from the Hippo Happiness. And then this is another butterfly card. This one is by Barb Mullican. This was a swap card, Fluttering By Just to Say Hi, featuring that super bright magenta madness, which is a popular color with with this stamp set, I think. Here's a card by Trista Casey that she sent for my birthday. Let me open this up so you can see, because it has kind of a unique fold. It's a gate fold, but not in the center. So we have the top and then it folds down like this. And she used a couple of the dies from this set, the labels, to create that. Isn't this fun? I really love this Hippo Happiness stamp set. I just need some more time to play with it. I think this is a stamp set, and the reason I got it was because I thought my girls are really gonna love playing with it. So you've got the hippo. The one I don't have a sample of is the little lamb. You are so special, or you are special. And then the butterfly, and then the unicorn. Right here, I guess he's a horse, but he does have a unicorn that you can put on him. All right, so that's Hippo Happiness. I love that. I'm going to set that card aside so we can pull it out when we're all done. All right, let's go on to some more card samples. Again, tonight we're focusing on the annual catalog paper from the designer paper sale. If you missed out, make sure that you watch my video from last week when I shared the mini catalog projects, because I shared a whole bunch of swap cards. I feel like I had a lot more with that designer paper. So the next one I'm going to show you here is the Peony Garden designer paper. And I actually used this to make some cards with the Queen Anne's lace. That was a whole video I think we did. No, I don't think I did a video. I just showed you the cards. So I'll have to post the pictures again. But I used this designer paper with Queen Anne's lace, and then I sent all those cards. So I don't have them to show you. But this paper is so pretty, and not just for the Peony stamp set. So that's just what I wanted to tell you, is that a lot of these designer papers really have a life outside of the bundle that they're paired with. So obviously we've got some peony images here, and the colors here are petal pink, basic gray, and then this side is all gray granite, which is a newer color, gray granite and white. So stunning. Those are upside down. Just such stunning images. These were all hand-drawn by an artist at Stampin' Up. Well, the flowers were. I love this paper. It's just so delicate and dainty and pretty. So let me show you some cards that I've created with it. Here is one using the vellum doily, as well as just a piece of paper back there. And isn't that peony just so delicate? This is stamped, this image here. I don't have this prized peony stamp set, but I made this card when I was at Mom's house, and she does have that stamp set. Here's one that Betsy Kreider made, and she stamped on the designer paper. And again, you can just see how beautiful the Prized Peony stamp is. Just gorgeous. I feel like you could do that on any color. You know, you could mix that with any color, magenta or otherwise, and it would just be gorgeous. Here's one, like I said, I don't have the Prized Peony stamp set, so I substituted a different stamp set and created this card with the strips and then the paper across. And you'll recognize maybe that this is the same layout as this card I showed you earlier with the Playful Pets. We've got the 2 strips of designer paper and then the 2.5-inch piece going across. So a really great layout to show off and use up your designer paper. All right, so those are the Peony Garden samples. Beautiful paper. This is a 12 by 12 paper. I can just cut it down to a different size here. This is 4 by 6, but it's a 12 by 12 paper, and all of them have that petal pink, basic gray. Just beautiful. All right, another paper that's on sale is my very favorite paper. You guys are probably so sick of seeing these cards, but I'm going to show you again really quick, even though I shared them last week, I think. The Whale of a Time designer paper is a 6 by 6 paper, so you get 12 different designs, double-sided, cute little sea life. We have the whale, great background papers, like just you can make an instant card with that right there. Fun, bright colors on the back side. I have showed it a lot, so I'm not going to go into detail. These were the 2 cards I made over the weekend for World's Card Making Day. You might have seen that video. If not, I'll link to it in the description when we're all done. Showing off the designer paper, lots of different ways to use it. Here's a cut-apart card with a tag. Another, just highlighting this beautiful designer paper. Oh my gosh, look at this. Another one with that same layout that I was just showing you, right? So we've got the strips of designer paper, and this one is cardstock instead of designer paper, but 3 different cards, same layout, showing off designer paper, and all the designer papers on sale. You just can't go wrong. Here's a bridge card. This is one I did on another video, so I'll try to remember to link to it. And if I forget, please feel free to ask me for the video. And then this is a double Z fold card. Look at how perfect this paper is. Like, it just sets the scene. You don't have to stamp that background. It's all done for you. So that's the Whale Done paper. I know I zipped through those, but I've shared them a lot recently, so I don't want to dwell too much on that. Last paper, and this is the paper that I am using for our Stamp Along With Me cards. So I'm going to show you the paper. I only have 1 swap card, and then we're going to get to our last card. So this paper is called Artistry Blooms, and it is so bright and beautiful. On this side, we have like brush strokes and really vibrant colors. And then the opposite side, we have like more subtle, I feel like these are just like sunset kind of pictures in different colors. Really subtle backgrounds that you can really add. Like, isn't that sunset? That's totally sunset right there. Just so beautiful. I keep saying I'm going to make some cards like with mountains, and I keep forgetting. So this paper is really bright and beautiful. Artistry Blooms. It's on page 148 of the annual catalog. And another paper I just haven't used a lot yet, but I hope to do more with it. This card is by Gwen Duckworth. I have to open it up because I think it has a special fold. Yes, it's a gift card holder. And I love that she just included little pieces of the paper everywhere. So she's got a piece up here, a piece on the inside here, a piece in there. Like, it just adds so much. It's so pretty. And it makes the whole card. You don't need to do a lot when you have such gorgeous paper. So thank you, Gwen, for that beautiful card. Now I'm going to do another card featuring this paper with my Stamp Along With Me. I decided, since I was going to do such a a feminine or girly card with the playing with patterns, I wanted to do something for a guy or a boy. And I went to my stamp cabinet and I thought, what stamps do I have that I can use with this paper to make a card for a boy? And, you know, this one that I showed you earlier, again, would be perfect. You could do something really simple, just like Gwen did, just with other colors. But I decided instead to pull out the Dino Days stamp set because I thought this one would be really pretty. I don't want to say pretty for a boy card, but you know what I mean. The colors I thought were suited really well to Dino Days. And this is one that I haven't used a lot. I've had this one for a little while and I used it a couple times, but not very much. So this is the card, this is the stamp set, this is the paper I'm going to use. Do you guys have your supplies ready to go for our mystery card? I posted this earlier, only a couple hours ago, so I really apologize if you didn't have time to see it. Are you going to watch and stamp later, or do you have your supplies ready to go to stamp with me tonight? You are going to need a piece for the card base. So I chose Night of Navy. This is 4 1/4 by 8 1/2. And then you're going to need a piece of designer paper. That's 4 inches by 4 inches. You want to make sure that since we're going to cut at a diagonal, that your pattern is suitable for that sort of thing. Then a layer or an element for the card front. So I'm going to do some stamping on that. You might have yours already stamped and layered and ready to go. And then a piece of designer paper that coordinates. This is 7/8 inch by 4 1/4. And I couldn't decide, so I cut 2. I'm either going to go with white or I'm going to go with blue. I'm kind of leaning towards white right now. And then you want a punched label of some kind for the card as well. So I'm seeing lots of people are saying they're going to stamp later. Is anybody stamping with me? Do I need? Okay, yes. Tony says she's stamping with me. Jill's going to go later. Sue's ready. All right. Okay, well, I'll try to go slow if you're watching now or if you're watching on the replay. You're going to need your paper trimmer, so go ahead and get that out. And the first thing that we're going to do is some scoring on our card base. So you're going to take the 8 1/2 side of your card base and you're going to line it up inside your paper trimmer at the top at 4 1/4. And you're going to score in half. Okay, so 4 1/4 and score in half. Oh, great. I'm so glad. There's more people that say they're stamping right now. Susan and Janice and Eve and Lynn. Oh, Eva, I'm sorry you didn't get your stuff cut, but you can watch now and then stamp tomorrow and watch the replay. This card is really, it's not a very difficult card, so I think it might be one that you will come back to and want to stamp a lot because it's kind of fun, but it's not very hard. That's always a good thing when it's not very hard. Okay, so you're going to score at 4 1/4, and then you're going to take, and this is our card base. So this is the center fold, and we're going to do another score line. We're going to score from the bottom, where the score line is, to the top corner. So you're going to line it up in your paper trimmer, and I've got the bottom corner here, the top corner here, and I'm going to score up. So I have a diagonal line that is from the bottom at the score line all the way to the top. Okay, I see a couple more of you saying you're going to work on it later. No problem. All right, so you've done the score lines. The next thing is the designer paper. So you're going to take the designer paper and you're going to cut in the same way that you just scored. So you're going to line up corner to corner and you're going to cut the paper. And we're actually only going to use 1/2. I guess you could potentially use the other half on the other side if you want to, but I like just having the half. So you can save this for another card. You can use either one. I like this one because it shows off more color. Gotta be up for... Oh, Kathy, I know. It's so tricky with the time zones. When I do my team meetings, I actually have people on we have people on Eastern time, and we have people on Pacific time and Mountain time and Central time. So it's so hard to find a time that works for everybody because it varies so much, right? When it's so late on the East Coast, it's still so early on the West Coast. So I totally understand, and thank you for watching. You can always watch on the replay and make the card along with us. Where did I think I want to add a little stamped border, and you may not have a stamp set that works well for that, but if you do, then you could make a little border. I'm going to do this really quick. I'm going to do just tone on tone. So I'm going to go right along the score line and add a score or a stamped repeated border over and over again. And then we're going to glue down the designer paper. And I'm going to go right up to the score line so that I have an edge on the side and the bottom. Okay, so that's what the front looks like so far. Oh, Kathy, I'm so glad that you tuned in tonight. Maybe I'll have to start with the stamp along card in the future. I end with it so that if people are still creating, that they can keep going even though I'm done and they miss it. But I'm so glad that you tuned in. All right, the next step is to put adhesive on the designer paper and the other strip, and these are going on the inside, and you can do them in any order. I'm going to put the pattern paper on the edge and then the other piece next to it, but you could go opposite. You could do the designer paper with the solid on the edge. And then this is where your label's going to go. I actually die cut an image to go over my label. I stamped him ahead of time. I think you want your label to go on with dimensionals. And so that's going to just kind of go in the corner. And you might have a stamped sentiment here, or it might be an image like I'm doing. I'm going to have my sentiment on the front of the card, on the circle. So that's what I'm going to do next. I picked out the same colors that are in the designer paper. So I've got Coastal Cabana, and Granny Apple Green, and that's looking darker than I thought it would. I hope that we can still read this. It says, "Thanks for being a friendosaurus." It covers him up quite a bit, doesn't it? well, I'm going to go with it anyway. We're going to use some Stampin Dimensionals to put this on. Whatever your layer, whatever your front object is. On the supply list, I called it a 2.5-inch layered embellishment. I didn't actually layer anything for mine. And that's going to go on the front. You only want to put adhesive on the bottom because when we fold on this line, we don't want that to be sticking to the other side. So the front looks like this, and then you're going to tuck it in like that. So what we've made is a diagonal easel card. Thanks for being a Friendosaurus. How did yours turn out? Here's a similar card I made with my team. On Monday, I created this one using the Wonderful Time of Year product medley. And so I've got the little deer with the gold. So I guess here I use the paper on the inside and then the solid piece there. So this is layered elements from the product medley, little die cuts that were sticky, and the designer paper. Love the way that turned out. This might be a little too busy with the other dinosaur here. So you could make a layered dinosaur and then you could have your sentiments stamped on the inside. Maybe that would be a little bit less busy. But I'm sort of obsessed. Like, I feel like you could do so many different images on this fun card. All right, well, I would love for you to share your card. Let me know how your diagonal easel turned out and post it in the Julie's Stamping Spot Share and Connect group so that we can all see how your card turned out, what paper you used, and what stamp set you used. Let me review the cards that we made tonight. I would love for you to leave a comment and let me know which card is your favorite. Did you like the hippo, or maybe the, what is that paper called? In Good Taste. Masculine card, really clean and simple. Or did you like our little mystery card with the diagonal easel and the Dino days? So leave a comment, let me know which one is your favorite, and I will send one random winner a card. So just leave a comment, let me know which one is your favorite, and I'll go back afterwards and go through all the comments at the end here and choose one winner from the people who leave a comment right now about their favorites. Thank you so much for tuning in tonight to Thursday Night Stamp Therapy. If you'd like to order any of the products that I used tonight, I'm going to add the links to the video description as soon as I'm done, and you can place your order in my online store at juliedavison.com/shop. If you order $40 or more, you'll get a free project kit from me and a free gift. Now, everyone who ordered in September, I'm working on those kits right now, so watch your mailbox next week because your kits are coming soon. Also sending out my thank you cards this week to everybody. So be watching for those. And if you are new, please come back and join us again for Thursday Night Stamp Therapy every Thursday right here on Facebook at 7:10 p.m. Central Time. Have a great night and a great week ahead, and happy stamping!